Oh, morning, everybody. How you doing? Guess what, guys? It's Christmas. Now, I know you're probably thinking, Sean just probably recorded the content on the Christmas Eve or on the 23rd or something. Well, no, actually, guys. This is Christmas morning stuff. I hope you missed some calls there. I hope you're all enjoying your morning. Bugsy's needs for walkies never stops, therefore there's never a need for me to not take the camera with me and get something up. That's what he said. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you are all enjoying Christmas morning. Please do me a favour, like, share and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, comment, etc. on the video. Let me know your thoughts on today's little topic, and it's just going to be a real quick one. It's my 11, my prediction for the Brentford game tomorrow. Kick-off at 12:30 UK time, so we're the early ones out of the gate. Which is never really a beautiful thing, is it? We sometimes struggle more often than we don't in the early morning games. But it is what it is. Ivan Toney is playing for Brentford. Not entirely sure how. I know innocent until proven guilty, but you know, when you're caught bang to rights with like 2,000 offences or something silly, then I don't know. I'm not entirely sure that you should be playing, but anyway, he is. Can't change the facts. Just got to roll with the punches and move on. Starting 11 for me, guys, is going to be Fraser Forster in goal, making his Premier League debut for us. Hugo Lloris obviously still taking time out to recover from the World Cup, and I don't hate the move anyway. Fraser Forster's been very good, comfortable since, on the few times we've seen him. He's a big, commanding player. Brentford could easily have some fortunes by whipping the ball in to the box, and so knowing that Hugo Lloris is, sloppy sometimes with that, coming out and claiming the ball, punching it clear, all those different vulnerabilities in his game. I'm not going to say that Fraser Forster is like best in the world at that stuff, but at 6'6" or however tall he is, I think he could offer some resolution and reassurances in that regard. So happy to see him, and I'm actually excited to see him if he has a good game tomorrow. Not that I want him to necessarily be overly busy, but if he is busy, let's hope that he is a commanding and successful endeavour for us, and maybe that does make the conversation around who should be our starter for the next period a little bit interesting. Wing backs this time round, I'm going to go with Emerson Royal on the right, Matt Doherty on the left. I think it's more of a needs must than anything else. Matt Doherty's in great form. 4 goals in 3 games, I think. 4 goals in 4 games now in the kind of mid pre-season thing. And look, by my account, he looks very, very comfortable. Second half of the season type of player. Last season, he was far, far better in the early stages of the 2022 part of the year than he was in the later stages of the 2021 part of the season, if that makes sense. He'll be playing on the left-hand side, which usually I shudder with, but he seems to be a little bit more comfortable on the left these days. I hated him playing on that left-hand side because he's so one-footed, right-footed and predictable that if you're a defender who knows what to expect from him, then it's pretty easy to defend against. You just show him the half a yard on the outside and he won't take it. So we'll see what happens there. But against Nice, he did put in a couple of outside of the boot crosses, outside of the right boot crosses, which were in some pretty teasing areas. So maybe he's trying to find a reason. If he doesn't have confidence in his left foot, maybe he's still trying to find a mechanism in which he can stick to the byline and still get the ball in. We'll see. Emerson Royal on the right hand side, that's obviously the next natural position for him. I don't think you'll see too much inversion of the wing backs, because they tried putting Emerson Royal on the left wing back spot for 45 seconds against Nice, and then they quickly reversed it back again. Shows the confidence. Morning, guys. Shows the confidence that we have in that guy. And look, we have to stick with him, because I don't think Jed Spence is going to get too many minutes at the moment. It is what it is. And so with Perisic, I know he's back at the club, he'll probably be on the bench, but he won't be starting. with him, not starting and Sessegnon still not recovered from sickness or injury. Then you've got Emerson Royale on the right-hand side. If there's an injury to Emerson Royale or something needs to change, I think you'll be more likely to see Doherty move back across to the right and Perisic come on than I think you would Jed Spence, but who knows. Centre-backs, well, look, Romero's still away partying in Argentina, and I'm actually interested to see when he gets back to work, because Eric Ten Hag said about Lisandro Martinez, look, congratulations, it's a wonderful achievement for you, but the Premier League starts on the 26th, so I want you back. If he's back and he's playing, I think maybe Manchester United are playing on the 27th, I'm not sure, but if he's back and he's playing and Romero's not, starts to irritate me. I will be keeping an eye on where the Aston Villa goalkeeper is. When does he start to play again? When does Lisandro play again? When does McAllister play for Brighton versus when does QT Romero? Because I think that he needs to get back and get back to work. Enjoy your win, but the season's still got plenty of work to go. But he's certainly not back tomorrow. Luckily, Ben Davies is back from injury, so he's been training all week. So I think that the back three will probably look like Ben Davies on the left, Clement Longley in the middle, which I'm fine with. I think he does quite a capable and honest job in that position, and Eric Dyer on the right-hand side, and I'm okay with that. It's not ideal without Romero, but it's better than having Davinson Sanchez in there, so that's okay. And then in the midfield, guys, I'm going for Yves Bissouma and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Bentancur is obviously out injured and suspended anyway, but Bentancur will be out for a while, so we have to look to one of the new guys, Bissouma, to step up in his absence and make things work. And look, his performance against Nice was exemplary. I thought it was really, really good. I know it's against Nice, so it's difficult to take too much away from it, but generally speaking, I was pretty impressed with his ability to control and release, and first time passes and things were very impressive, so not too concerned there, unless I hope that Pierre-Emile Højbjerg gets back to some of his seasonal best. Morning, guys, Merry Christmas. The shame for Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, he didn't have a great World Cup and obviously needed anyone for his team, his nation, but he's pretty solid and consistent in a Tottenham shirt, so let's hope that he can come back in and figure out a way to stay motivated and stay on top of his game for the foreseeable. Those two will be in the middle for me, and then up front you've got Harry Kane, his obvious one. He's back and raring to go. It'll be interesting to see what sort of reception he gets from the Brentford fans. I'm guessing not a great one. Be really interesting to see how he reacts to the pressure. People challenge his mentality a little bit, say he's not a big game player. Well, there's a different side of strength of mind when you're coming back from adversity rather than just struggling in the big games. I think that Harry Kane will be absolutely fine. I think he's the sort of person that will be desperate for a goal tomorrow, and God willing, he will get one or two, silence everybody, and the rest of the fans will know very quickly that if you wind him up, he'll be like a clockwork mouse and will run around making noise and causing mayhem and havoc for the opposition. So he'll be up front on the right hand side, clear as day. It's going to be Decky. Can't wait to see him back in full swing. He is, for me, the major difference between when Tottenham play well and when Tottenham don't. He's such a very, very talented player. Probably my favourite player for Tottenham, and I can't wait to see him. He's had a long time now to kind of recover. He's had a good little mid-season, pre-season thing, and let's see him get on a couple of assists tomorrow. Now on the left-hand side, I think it's obviously going to be Heung-min Son, but I'll be entirely honest. For me, Sonny has a lot of work to do. I think he's been so far off the pace this season on the left for Tottenham. I think he had a very average World Cup. I think he's feeling the pressure in all sorts of different ways, and he's struggling to deal with it, struggling to find a solution to these poor performances. And I think that maybe his mind is kind of playing tricks on itself, and he's kind of spiraling a little bit into I don't know, just the depression of dropping your level from where it was to where it is now. But look, I love him to pieces. I know he'll come back at some point, but we really need to see it early doors. And with Richarlison out injured, you would think that, well, look, Sonny's now really, his position isn't under any threat. He's not going to get substituted. But look, I'm going to say it right now. If Sonny continues to put in poor or lackluster efforts that look a little bit selfish in some of his decision making and a little bit desperate with some of his final choices, I think that there is a guy who did enough in the game against Nice to throw his name in the ring to get some minutes in that left-hand wing forward spot, and that would be Bryan Hill. I know it's a controversial take. I know most of you that are still listening to this would say, you know, what on earth are you talking about? You're never going to drop Sonny for Hill. I think that Bryan Hill is a guy that's desperate to make an impact. I really don't want him to go out on loan, especially if Conte's future is unclear, which it looks like it will be for the rest of the season. I'd like to see him hang around and get some game time, because I do think that he is a real talent, and his desire and energy. You know, some people look at it and think he's just running around like a headless chicken, but I don't. I think it's passion and hunger, and you know, sometimes that sort of characteristic, that sort of personality trait, is what you need when we have so many games coming thick and fast in January. Difficult games. I think that he'll be a useful tool, a useful weapon to bring off the bench in certain moments to change things up. So I'm not expecting him to start. I expect Sonny to start, and I really want Sonny to kick back into gear and to go again, kind of kickstart his season, if I'm honest. But if he doesn't, then I've got no problem at all with seeing Bryan Hill coming off the bench on the hour mark and giving that guy a chance. I thought he linked up with Matt Doherty so well in the Nice game and gave us something new to think about down the left-hand side. Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Have a wonderful Christmas day. Have a wonderful Boxing Day. If I don't see you, I will see you on the Irish Hotspur tomorrow for the watch-along. From me and Bugsy, Merry Christmas. And fill your bellies with food and wine. Enjoy it. It's Christmas time! Like, share and subscribe, guys. And as always, bye-bye.